welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
A look there inside a Hard Rock Stadium in South Florida. Tonight, a good one in the AFC East. It's the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen in the booth. Riley Patterson on the field gets this thing going. And off we go from South Florida. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here come the Jets. Their ever-changing quarterback carousel stops on Justin Fields, the 26-year-old. Remember, the Bears' first-round pick back in 2021 out of Ohio State.
There's a lot of guys out there, Mike, that over the last couple years, the start of Justin Fields' career, they love nitpicking his game. It's a little unconventional. He's not an in-rhythm, on-time pocket quarterback, but I think that's okay. I think some of the criticism is fair, but there's one thing you can't deny. He is electric with the ball in his hands, both escaping the pocket and as a designed runner. I think they need to lean into his strengths as a player. Don't shy away from him, because when he's playing at the top of his game, man, he is the ultimate weapon.
Pick up a 2 on the last run. Here's 2nd and 8. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He gets this one complete to Reynolds. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Hall. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
First down, Jets.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here comes 2nd and 4. Another run here with Hall. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Now, Fields. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This about as short as you can get. Folks' kick is good. And the Jets will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That one out wide to Achane. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Tua, give it to Achane, and he'll get forward for about a yard. From the interior, Harrison Phillips there for the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast is because he was triggered to that target from the blitz. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
From the gun, here's Tua. He's going to let this go. Downfield for Waller. And he's in! Darren Waller. Touchdown, Dolphins. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Riley Patterson now to add the extra point. His kick is good, and the Dolphins move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Oh, he'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Reynolds is the motion man here. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. How about 15 yards to kick off the drive? It's a 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
2nd and 10. They'll run with the former Badger, Braylon Allen. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Third down and 9. Throwing is Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. the 22 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run this one straight ahead with A-check. Room to run at the 35. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, Miami.
For a Miami Dolphin.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Once again, it's A-check. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. Down the left sideline. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It's a big play there for Miami. 35 yards.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
So we are through one on Monday Night Primetime. 7-3 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd down and 12 to go. In motion, it's Waddle. On the carry, it's A-check. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There is nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. That is Zach Sealer. He gets in there for the sack. It's a loss of 4 to kick off this drive.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw is Fields. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Now Fields. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front 7 is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
Here's Austin McNamara now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now 2 to throw. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A run with the fullback in goal. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that.
Come on now, that's just unfair. You're asking them to stop a fullback cold. All he needed was a couple inches to pick up the 1st down. Mike, I think if they run that play 10 different times, he's moving the chains.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua. He'll step up and run this. And Tua very wisely hits the deck after picking up the 1st down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
There wasn't anywhere really for him to go with the ball. The defensive backs did a great job of taking away his progression read. But that pass rush, they just can't get home, and he ends up making the play with his legs and moves the chains.
In motion, it's Waddle. A run up the middle with H.N. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
In motion, it's Waddle. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Still 2nd down.
Tua. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up third and real long.
Moving to his left. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is first and goal.
That's good for another Miami Dolphins. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up first and goal.
Here's Achane. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. That is Will McDonald getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it third and goal.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. To throw is Tua. This one incomplete. It is batted away in the end zone. And now it's fourth down.
A little miscommunication there. Now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it's Isaiah Davis. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And it will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. They go play action with Fields. He's got the big rookie out of LSU, Mason Taylor. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run. So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He keeps it himself, and it will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll take this one in. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Jets are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. It is a big play. Tua to Tyreek. And even 30 yards.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Sauce Gardner makes the tackle. Third down, they need 5. Now it's Tua. He's got his short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Hill brought in motion. Go with their fullback trying to get it. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
Well, they turn around and they decide to give it to the big fullback this time to try to get it over the goal line, but this defense proves there is not a lot of room to operate down here close.
Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is third and goal. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got his big tight end, Darren Waller. Touchdown, Miami. His second touchdown of this first half. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Patterson now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Fields. Now he'll run.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Fields. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. The open man is Wilson.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Fields. He'll step up and run. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So, halftime straight ahead as we go up to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. Crazy. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Off play action, it's Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Vailoa. Open man, right side, he's got it. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. It is a big play, Tua to Tyree. It covers 63 yards.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
And he's got another one. Darren Waller, touchdown Dolphins. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jets offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Play action now for Fields. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
They'll set up the screen to Hall. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Third and long. Fields now. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. He'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Jamian Sherwood there to meet him. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7. Man in motion here is Washington. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's a gain of 19 in the air. First down, Miami.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Whoa! And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
First and 10 now from the 36. Here's a give to HN. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Dolphins first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
That is hauled in at the 5. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get...
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Miami.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Patterson now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins will extend this third quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. The Michigan man, Kenneth Grant, drafted 13th overall. There for the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Fields now on second down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll be third down. Fields. A pass deep for Reynolds. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. He'll get this complete. Nick Westbrook-Akine. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 44-yard line.
Second and inches. Here's 2. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
We give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Well run with Achane. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Miami.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 5. Tua will get this one out wide to Tyreek. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Tua, give it to Achane, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
From the gun, here's Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. A shotgun snap for Tua. This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown Miami. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Dolphins are going to extend their lead.
41, Jets 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Davis now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They go play action with Fields. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They put Wilson in motion. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Third and 7. Throwing is Fields. He gets this one complete to Reynolds. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Off the play action, here's Fields. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Down the field, he's got his receiver, Lazard. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Jets first down. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. Gets to the edge at the 30, and he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They get 21 on that one, and the Jets have a first down.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. And they'll take this down right to the edge of the red zone. It's 21. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop.
Brings up second and 9.
Here's second and 9. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. From the 21, here's second down and 9. To throw is Fields. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. I might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now third down comes up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
They'll try to set up the screen here with Allen. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Good blocking, and he's in. Justin Fields. Touchdown, Jets. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Folk now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets are able to edge a bit closer. After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. going to run, and it's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. A run here with Achane. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up second and long. Third and 11. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Jets offense getting set to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Fields. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 2. In motion comes Lazard. A give. Here's Hall. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. First down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
A first down throw for Fields. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now, after the play, it looks like we have an injured Jet on the field. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Ball on the 39. Here's second and a couple. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that first down marker is, he's able to pick up the first down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the first down.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Looking deep for Lazard. And he'll take it on in. Alan Lazard. Touchdown, New York. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now, Folk, on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jets are able to cut into the deficit.
Jets 27.
After the touchdown, out is Folk to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. To throw is Tua. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 41 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Second and a yard. They'll turn and hand this one off. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
He'll try and run it here. It's Achane. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
3rd and short. You think the defense has everybody packed in there real tight. So as a play caller, you're thinking, all right, let's give my running back a chance to stretch and cut. But this defense was ready for all of it. They string him out wide. Nowhere to cut. Take him down for a loss.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return, here comes Davis. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. First down. Fields. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
2nd down. It's Fields. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. Looks like a design run here with Fields. And he's not going to get the 1st down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Now or never, they'll throw it. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. They run again with Wright, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. Tua. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller. And it's going to be 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Davis now to return it, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Fields. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down. Really nice play.
On the give, it's Hall. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On 1st and 10, it's a handoff. Wait a minute, it's a reverse. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
Look, Mike, I realize most people, if they saw a lineman of his size waiting for him, they would just run the other way. But it's his job to try to find a way around the big fella and get what he can. Running backwards only turns a small setback into a much bigger one.
Tua gonna give this to Wright, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 3rd and a long way to go. Back to throw is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Dolphins will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And He is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jets offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. On 1st and 10, Fields. He'll swing this one out to Hall. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Fields to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. Fields. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
4th down, Fields. He's got his man, it's Smith. And he's going to have the Jets' first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
Get it together.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. That is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.